Unfortunately, LeBron James had to leave tonight's Lakers game against the Celtics with a groin injury, and it also seems like Luka has been dealing with some back issues. We're going to break both of these down in this video and talk about what could be going on and potential absences. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Sutterer, and the goal in this channel is to teach more about the medical side of the sports world. So we saw, of course, with LeBron, this seemed to be more of an acute sudden injury groin strain, and we saw some reporting after the game from Dave McMenamin, basically suggesting that LeBron said his mind went back to the old groin strain injury he had back a number of years ago around Christmas time. 2018, felt a pop. Hopefully LeBron doesn't think it's as bad, but some of the initial projections are that he'll miss a matter of weeks, not days. So obviously some significant level of concern, of course. And then we saw Luka seemingly dealing with this tight back issue all throughout the game as well. So two potentially lingering serious injuries here for these Lakers stars. Now, one of my first thoughts with LeBron was, could this injury have happened when he was really kind of trying to sell this foul call here on Tatum? This was multiple plays before LeBron left the game, but there was, a little bit of contact to LeBron's chin, but we could certainly see it in here as the play continues. He kind of aggressively flails his body upwards, I think definitely trying to sell this foul call a little bit more. And if the injury had been to his right groin, I would have been worried about this potential moment, but I don't think this was when the injury occurred. We can see here as he goes to close out, that left leg's extended out in front of him, but we don't see any initial reaction on grabbing that left groin. If anything here, as he lurches kind of backwards, that's going to put some stress on his right groin as his right leg is planted on the ground, but the left leg coming forward, I don't think this is anything that would make me concerned about the injury occurring on this play with LeBron kind of trying to oversell this foul call. More than likely, I suspect it occurred on this drive. This was just before LeBron asked out of the game, and if we keep an eye on his left leg as he goes down here, this step right there where he plants that left leg, he's trying to load his adductor, he's loading his groin muscles to try and stabilize, slow him down as he comes across here, is going to put strain on the adductor, and I suspect is the moment when he might have potentially felt some sort of a pop. We can see a little bit of that foot land on the left side, sort of stumble outwards a little bit, so that's going to load that adductor, and my suspicion is that was probably the play when all this occurred. Next, we're going to take a look at our anatomy model here to understand what muscles make up the groin, what we could be talking about for an absence, and then touch on Luka. But first, quick shout out to the sponsor of this video. Today's video is sponsored by 4Wellness. 4Wellness and their Good Stuff Focus coffee boosting formula is the perfect addition to your coffee and your daily routine. I can't start my day without my coffee, but I was tired of adding sugar, sweeteners, milk, cream, stuff that just felt like empty, worthless calories. And I actually found 4Wellness long before they reached out about sponsoring a video because I love everything they're adding to the coffee for my overall health and well-being, and it makes it taste delicious. It starts with their premium ingredients, third-party tested with the highest quality, things like Himalayan pink salt, cinnamon, collagen to help support joint health. It's extremely simple and convenient. All you have to do is brew your coffee in the morning like normal, add 1 scoop of their 4Wellness Focus blend, and mix it up and you're good to go. Right now you can save 25% on your subscription and get free shipping by using my promo code BrianMD at checkout, clicking the link down below or scanning the QR code. New subscribers to the Good Stuff Focus also receive a free welcome kit with their first purchase. Either a ceramic canister and metal scoop designed to look great on your counter, or one of these really nice travel tumblers. Subscribers also enjoy 25% off the single purchase for life with the option to save up to 30% on double subscriptions. So join the over 10,000 5-star reviews by making 4Wellness and their coffee booster Focus blend part of your daily routine today. Thank you again to 4Wellness for sponsoring the video, and let's get back to our learning. If we look at our biodigital anatomy tool here focused on the different groin muscles, there's really 2 different areas of concern. The first is going to be your just traditional adductor muscle strain, the groin muscles. That's going to be the most common type of groin strain we're talking about here, and that's going to involve one of typically 3 muscles. If we look on the front side of the thigh, we're going to get rid of some of these thinner muscles like the sartorius. We'll get rid of the hip flexors and get rid of our quadricep complex. And then we're going to be left with primarily those medial group of muscles, the adductors. Those adductor muscles are going to consist of primarily the adductor longus, the adductor brevis, and the adductor magnus. Those are going to be the main 3 muscles that are going to adduct your leg, meaning it's going to move your leg inward towards the midline whenever you have sort of activation of those muscles. So adductors fire, it's going to pull your muscle, your leg in this way. That means if you're in a position where your leg is out to the side like this, that's stretching those adductors, you then try and fire to stabilize, that can cause a strain. The other place you can have a groin injury is like what we've seen potentially with Anthony Davis, where it involves more of that insertion of the adductor muscle up near where the abdominal muscle comes down on the front of the pelvis. This is going to be more of your core muscle injury. Some people will describe this as a sports hernia, athletic pubalgia. These types of injuries are typically going to be more severe than just your run-of-the-mill muscle strain. But again, the fact that LeBron felt some sort of pop here, hopefully that doesn't mean severity. There are other things that can pop around the groin. So for example, the hip joint can pop. Maybe that's all he felt. Sometimes the hip flexor tendon can snap over the front of the hip as well. And so that could be a pop that he felt. So there's possibility that despite that pop he felt, this could just be a tendon snapping. This could be the joint snapping. But if it is in fact the groin strain, I would be prepared for potentially a couple week absence. Of course, as you get older, your body doesn't heal at the same rate. It's going to take longer. LeBron has been through this before. There could be some component of sort of a re-injury, and they're probably not going to want to really try and test things with the playoff timeline coming. They're probably going to want to give him more time and be conservative. Now, if this is something like a significant tear up at the tendon, could this be season ending? Yes. I don't suspect that, just given that we didn't really see a severe moment where he pulled up. I'd be very surprised if we're talking season ending. I'm hopeful this is just on the order of weeks, month max. Now to quickly just touch on Luka here, we saw him very labored during this game. We saw him grabbing at his low back multiple times. We saw him really kind of struggling to move, looked a lot stiffer out there, getting like some heat applied to his back. And so I think I'm hopeful here this is just maybe some back spasms, some tightness of these back muscles. The reason to get concerned is if we start to see any mention of things like disc herniations, pinched nerves, that sort of thing. Luka's young enough that you hope nobody's having like degenerative type of back issues yet. Very much hope that this is just, he's still getting his conditioning back, coming back from the calf strain. You always can have things like stress fractures in the spine, disc injuries, of course, things like we saw Ben Simmons go through. So for right now, just seeing this one game in isolation, I wouldn't be too concerned about it. Hopefully, again, just some tightness in those muscles, get some treatment, loosen those muscles up, get back into playing condition and be just fine. If, however, we start to see this persist game over game or for the next week or so, don't be surprised if we hear about ongoing evaluations for Luka's back, MRIs, etc., looking to see if there's something underlying in terms of pathology, damage, injury that's leading to these external back spasms. So I don't think necessarily quite out of the woods, wouldn't be totally concerned just quite yet. I think something for now we just have to keep a closer eye on. So that's it for the video, everybody. We'll let you know if we get any update on LeBron in terms of severity. Probably going to have some sort of imaging tomorrow just based on what he felt with the pop. The reported probably weeks, not days. And so we'll try and do an update if we get some interesting information. Thank you as always for watching. Let me know any questions or comments down below. And until next time, we'll see you later.